What's up, YouTube? It's Eric again, back with another video. As you guys can tell, I got my YouTube channel up here. I've been working on the About section, and I'm working on getting a new banner put up here for the channel. It's been kind of long overdue since I've actually needed it. But this video is kind of going to be more or less about the About section. I think it's one of the things that have been missing here on YouTube. A lot of people don't talk about that. Some of the bigger YouTubers don't talk about an About section. Maybe some of the people that are dedicated to helping you get the most out of YouTube and get the most out of your channel and kind of all that sort of stuff, say to have a good About section. But I think it's kind of one of the lost things here on YouTube that YouTube doesn't kind of put up into the forefront. I think it's kind of one of the forgotten things that's kind of tucked away and is not really even relevant anymore. And I'm going to kind of go into this video here. I don't know how big of a deal an About section is. I don't know if anyone ever really clicks on the About section. I guess some people do if they're kind of checking out a channel. Go ahead and put it down in the comments if you guys do go to the About section. It would give me a good idea of how many people that click on a new channel and try to figure out what their channel is. I don't necessarily go to the About section, so I'm only going off my own experiences. And maybe a little bit of naive and ignorance is probably going into it here a little bit as well. But I kind of want to go into this... I want to give some evidence to kind of support my kind of claim here, because I really don't think that the About section really does anything for anybody unless you got a detail section for an email address, and maybe if you got a Twitter account, an Instagram, TikTok, any other kind of social media platform, Facebook account that you guys want to put that on there, that would be the place to put it. But for an actual About section, you would think that would be right up at the very forefront. Instead, it's the last tab here on your page, on your YouTube page, I guess is kind of how I would put it. It is a form of social media, so I'm surprised that it's at the very end of the tabs here. So, guys, let's get into the video. As you can tell, I got Tom Schmoyer, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. His video creator's website up here, and he talks about how to write a good page, or excuse me, how to write your YouTube About page for more subscribers, which he's got some good points in here, but I don't necessarily think they're relative to what YouTube is trying to get across to somebody. Now I don't know when this article was done, and he kind of goes right in here on the channel with the start of the second paragraph. He says he works with hundreds of creators, and he finds that not very many of them are intentionally using the About page on their channel. So that right there kind of lets me know that not very many people use the About section on here. So I don't know if it's necessarily that they know that it's there, or they're kind of like, it's kind of like I kind of said earlier in the video, it's on the last tab, so it's not really important. But reading through the article here, I will say that 1.2 is probably the best type of content. And number 2, pitch your channel's value and describe your channel. Those are probably really the only two kind of things I would say that actually need to be on your About page. But then again, I don't know how relative they are to the content that you're producing, or I don't know how big of a point it is that they're going to be on a search engine site to try to find your kind of content out there. And everything else here is pretty much just common sense on here. But again, as I kind of come back to my YouTube channel here, it's the last tab on the page here, so I don't know what the relevance of your description is going to be about. Unless you're a business person and you kind of like the content that they're producing and they're trying to reach out to you, they would come here. But I don't necessarily know why this isn't on the home section and it's on its own section at the About page. You would think that having it on the home section would be the place to put it, or if you're going to have an About page, you would put it on the next one right after probably videos or even after playlists. Community and channels should be the last two on there. I don't think the About section should be the very last tab on here, because it's the one that kind of people are just kind of going to forget about and kind of push it off to the side and be like, hey, just it is kind of is what it is. So I don't really know kind of the relevance of an About section is. And you guys can already tell I have another YouTuber up here, and he goes to Michigan State, but I don't know if he's necessarily still here in Michigan. And you guys know, if you guys have had my channel for a while, I only live about a half hour away from Michigan State. And Tyler Oakley, if you guys don't know who Tyler Oakley is, I think you've been kind of living under a rock here for a little bit. But he kind of just puts it kind of right out here. A one-paragraph sentence, 3 sentences, one-paragraph sentence, a one-paragraph, 3-sentence paragraph that just kind of puts it all out here. He's in the LGBTQ community. He does Q&A challenges, and he collaborates with YouTubers. Boom, that's pretty much all you got to put here for an about section. But again, how many people are going to kind of come to this about section and read this description? I'm going to guess not very many. And again, you have the details. So if you have business inquiries, you click on that, you can get his email address, or you can do any links. He's got an Instagram, Tumblr, a Facebook. He's got a movie link, and maybe he's had his own book, so he's got a book link, all that sort of stuff. I don't know what book is. I've been out of the social media platform for quite some time now, other than being on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm not familiar with Tumblr pretty much at all. But again, how many people are going to come to this about section and try to think what Tyler Oakley's thing is? They're probably going to come more or less to his videos and look through his video section and be, oh, it looks like he makes some stuff, some vlogs. He does some ASMR videos. And it looks like he does some behind the scenes kind of day in the life kind of stuff. Pretty much probably what his channel is about. And I didn't really even have to go to the about section to kind of know what kind of content that he puts out here. And again, here's another one for Casey Neistat. He is probably one of the biggest stars and probably one of the biggest revenue streams for YouTube. He's kind of, I don't want to say he's the face of YouTube, but he's one of the big faces of YouTube. He has almost 12 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. He's an older guy, just a little bit younger than me, probably about 5-6 years younger than I am. But again, look at his description. He says, hi, I live in New York City and I love YouTube, which now he doesn't live in New York City now. He lives out in LA. But he has an FAQ section of what does he shoot with? Where did he go to film school? What does he edit with? That sort of stuff. Really not about an about section. Really, it's not what an about section is about. And I know I'm kind of, that doesn't really sound right, but it actually is, because he's just got stuff on here. He doesn't say who he is or kind of what his channel's about. He just has, hi, I live in New York City and I love YouTube. Oh, and here's some FAQs. Boom, done. So really, an about section, again, I don't really know how relevant an about section is here on YouTube. And here we have iJustine, another very famous personality on YouTube, and she was also on television, I think, I can't remember what she did. I want to say it was sports, but don't hold me to that. But again, here's another kind of description. She does tech, video games, she does failed cooking attempts, vlogs, and more. She attends Vlog University in Los Angeles. Again, short, quick, concise, and she has some stuff where she buys her book and learn to edit Final Cut Pro with links on here. Again, not very descriptive and not something that you would really look at in a search engine on. And again, down here she has her Instagram and her Facebook account and a Twitter account and where to buy her book and where to attend Vlog University, all that sort of stuff. So you can tell from the 3 examples that I had on there, from Tyler, from Casey Neistat, and from iJustine, only one of the 3 have really used the about section for what its purpose was. And being that's at the last part of it's at the last tab of the YouTube home section, or your YouTube page, doesn't bring it really any relevance to anything. If I were the designer of the web page, if it were me, I would put the community and the channels on the last part of the YouTube, on the last 2 tabs there, and bring about up against where the playlist to kind of bring it some more relevance and for people to actually click on it and to use it, because now that about section is right there, I mean, it's really, it doesn't have any kind of sort of meaning other than to look at someone's email address and to see what kind of social media websites that they have. Because really, in all, YouTube is a social media outlet. It just uses videos to get your message across, other than kind of typing it on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or using photographs even. So I'm not really going to put a whole lot of time and effort into my description, because number one, I don't think it's searchable like other YouTubers say. I'm not going to say that Tim doesn't know what he's talking about, but just that it's on the last part of the page, and just those 3 examples, only one of the 3 are really kind of using it to their advantage. Kind of speaks volumes to kind of what about the about section is. Number 2, it's kind of tucked away into the corner, so you don't really even know really where the about section is at. Especially if you're a content creator on YouTube Studio, how do you even get to that if you even want to tweak and kind of mess with the wording in there? You really can't. You got to kind of go down to the lower the lower left-hand corner and click on the classic studio to even get to your about section, which is stupid. And the overall thing is it is the about section has to be put up to give it more relevance. I mean, I know I was going to say 3, but those are really the only 2 things. You got to bring the about section up to get it to anywhere near the relevance that it should have, because I mean, having it at the last tab just isn't conducive to anything. So guys, let me know what you guys think of this video down in the comments. Do you guys even look at the about section on some of the YouTubers, or even on my YouTube page, or even some others that you follow? Do you even click on it? Do you even read the about section? My guess is that probably a lot of you guys don't, but I would really like to know what you guys think of the about section. Even if you're a content creator, do you put even any effort into this thing? Go ahead and put it down in the comments down below. Also, let me know what I could have done better, comments, criticisms, what I could have done better, you know, that sort of stuff. I like to hear everything you guys like to say, and I kind of like the engagement here too, guys. So until next time, deuces, guys.